In today's episode, I get a tariff change and sample some cushy coffee. I get to the bottom of what this sign actually means on Albert Bridge. And of course, we play another round of Guess the Fare. Hey, good morning, you crazy cats. It's Saturday, the 5th of April, and spring has sprung. Take a look at that. Let's get out there, Tariff 2 today, and see what's on the streets of London. And the winner for Guess the Fare in the last episode was at Tim Mitchell, 78.37. Well done, buddy. You got it spot on with £72.40, not including the £5 drop-off, just the metre price as it stood. Well, the clocks went forward last weekend by 1 hour, and since then the weather's been fantastic. Last week, what else happened? Well, I got my tariff increase. Yep, I had to drive into upper ground, into a car park, and that's where the new chip, or the new chip transition, was put into my meter. Actually, let me show you how that went, and then I'll meet you at the first job at you-know-where, Kensington Hilton Hotel. The new tariff increase is being conducted in a car park on upper ground, the Doon Street car park. Ah, here we are. I can see the cabs on the left, and they are offering an 8% tariff rise. And posh butties. Let's have a look, see what's going on. This is what getting your tariff done looks like in London. Hi, buddy. Oh, thanks for watching, buddy, and don't forget to subscribe, folks. Your channel support is really, really appreciated.
So loading.
Yeah.
So now we pull the card out, and it's just going to tell you that it's deferred, all in deferred.
Yep.
So the new colour is blue. 26th of April is when it changes over.
Okay.
All right. So until then, you go back to the red light, which is your current tariff.
And that is it, folks. Takes less than 1 minute to change the tariff on a London black cab. Okay, now for some posh butties and some cushy coffee. There are roughly 17,000 taxi meters that need tariff updating over a 3-day period. And this incredible operation starts from 8 in the morning and finishes at 9 in the evening. A London taxi industry phenomenon that most people know nothing about. Then I went over to Jamie at Cushy Coffee, and he was knocking me up a lovely latte. He's also got a converted taxi that does pie and mash, and is doing great business out of both vehicles. So latte it was for me. Thank you very much, Jamie. Beautiful. Thanks, Jamie. That's wonderful. I ordered a nice breakfast muffin. All of this was free, by the way. Got myself a new tariff chart that needs to go in the back of the cab, and before I knew it, I was on my way. So there you have it. The meter is all set for the 26th of April, and the new tariff changeover has already been embedded into the meter tech, all ready to go with an 8% tariff hike. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Right, I'm just going through Shepherd's Bush now, getting over to the Holland Park roundabout to you-know-where, the first stop of the day, the Kensington Hilton. Luckily, there is a space on the 2-cab rank. So I jumped on and, well, let's wait and see what my first job of the day will be. Right. The cab in front of me is moving off. I am now on point. At St James's Gardens.
St James's Gardens.
Yeah, St James's Gardens, all right. Okay, first job of the day, and it's a tiny job just around the corner, St James's Gardens, but they all count. Okay, leave by left Holland Park Avenue once I get into the traffic here, which is queuing up to go west because the Westway is closed from Marylebone flyover to the West Cross route roundabout. So comply Holland Park roundabout here. I'll go all the way around in a clockwise fashion. Left into Royal Crescent, left into St Anne's Villas, right in St James's Gardens, sit down and right. Just a tiny little job around the corner, 20-minute wait, £9.80. And just as that lady was getting in, she wasn't able to walk that short distance herself. The next job that came out to the cab behind me went to Heathrow. It just happens like that sometimes, luck of the draw. I'm going to head into town now. I could go back to the hotel, but I can't be bothered. The traffic is awful going out of town, so it will probably take me ages to get on to the rank at the hotel again, and there might be another cab there anyway. Anyway, let's get into town, see if we can get a job on the way into town. If not, I'll head towards my local haunts and see if there's any work around there. And in the meantime, why don't you just enjoy the spring weather.
We've been having some amazing weather this April. Long may it continue. Heading down the Bayswater Road, and job number 2 was waiting for me on the left.
Hello, sir.
Just Selfridges, if that's all right.
Selfridges, yeah, no problem.
Cheers,
Yeah,
thank you.
okay.
Okay, we're off to the department store that sells fridges. Forward on the Bayswater Road, heading east. Beautiful day, as you can see, and it's going to stay like this all day. Okay, forward east up to Marble Arch, comply Marble Arch, or basically just go forward Marble Arch. Forward onto Oxford Street now. The Union Jacks are out, as you can see. I think that's because of VE Day. Set down on left.
Thanks very much. Okay, job number 2. Bayswater Road to Selfridges. What we call a bread and butter job. So I'm on Oxford Street at the moment. I'm just going to head east on Oxford Street and then jump down Bond Street and around Grosvenor Square. See if there's anything happening around there. Job number 2 complete. Let's head towards job number 3. And people are coming out in their droves. And it is very spring-like around here today. Oh, Duke Street's closed. Great, that's going to cause chaos. Okay. The Biltmore it is. There are no cabs here. Let's see what we get. Thank you very much. Welcome to Grosvenor Square.
Hello.
Can you take me to Jumeirah Lounge Hotel?
Jumeirah Lounge, yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Okay, forward Grosvenor Square, force left into North Audley Street because of a road closure. South North Audley Street, right onto Mount Street. Head out onto Park Lane, turning left. No need to get in the bus lane here because it's that time of day and there's not a lot of traffic. Enter Hyde Park Corner, comply Hyde Park Corner and leave by Knightsbridge. All the way around, left turn onto Knightsbridge. Heading west now, past the Mandarin on the right, left into Loud Square, all the way around the square and set down on left.
Thank you very much. Great. Okay, job number 3, the Biltmore Hotel, Grosvenor Square, to the Lounge Jumeirah Hotel.
From there, I just headed south down Loud Street and then did a left into West Howkins Street, where job number 4 was waiting for me.
Hello, sir.
Battersea Power Station, please.
Battersea Power Station, yeah.
Okay, nice job. This one, leave on left West Howking Street, comply Belgrave Square, leave by Upper Belgrave Street, right into Eaton Place, go past the roadworks there, left Lyle Street. Lyle Street crosses over into Elizabeth Street, heading south now, not a cloud in the sky. Please come and visit London. Things are absolutely beautiful here at the moment. We're going to do a right into Buckingham Palace Road. Stay in the left lane, through the green light, bear left, Ebury Bridge Road. Temporary lights here, going to have to wait, take our turns. Go forward onto Ebury Bridge Road and then I'll get forced left onto Chelsea Bridge Road. Past the Jerome Blue plaque on the left, that's where he wrote 3 Men in a Boat. Head south on Chelsea Bridge Road and now jump over onto Chelsea Bridge. Chelsea Bridge then turns into the Queenstown Road, heading south all the time towards the big roundabout at the end. We'll comply Queenstown Road roundabout once we get down there. That's my complying. And I'll go left onto Battersea Park Road, then left onto the 9 Elms Lane, past the Battersea Dogs Foundation, left into Battersea Power Station approach, comply that mini roundabout. I'll just set down on the left.
Okay, 1 out, 1 in. Hi, sir.
Harrods, please.
Harrods, yeah, no problem.
And as I was setting down on the left and the customer was paying for the fare, well, I was flagged down by another group of passengers who wanted me to take them to Harrods, so off we went. So I'll leave by Circus Road West. This is a new road. Leave by Battersea Power Station approach. Head south here. I need to jump onto 9 Elms Lane. Right onto 9 Elms Lane here. We're basically just reversing the route we've just done. Past the Dogs Home on the right. Take a right turn into Battersea Park Road. That's going to take us up to, remember this, the Queenstown Road roundabout, which we've just been around already. Okay, comply Queenstown Road roundabout. Head north on the Queenstown Road now. Still absolutely loving this April weather. Heading towards, guess what, Chelsea Bridge. Yep, the bridge we've just come over. This is fantastic. Getting a job all the way back over the river, all the way to Harrods, avoiding any dead miles. So forward on the Chelsea Bridge Road, past the new apartments on the right where the Chelsea Barracks used to be, and the Royal Hospital on the left. Keep going north here up towards Sloane Square. I'm going to go all the way around Sloane Square and leave by Sloane Street, the newly refurbished Sloane Street. Getting close to Harrods now, left into Pond Street are the lights here, right into Hans Place. Comply Hans Place all the way around, set down on left.
Jobs number 4 and 5. I've arrived at Harrods now.
they've just got out. That was a job out and a job in at the Art Hotel at Battersea Power Station. Things are getting busy. Now, I might just head round to Belgrave Square, the peninsula, see what's happening around there. The weather is fantastic. Everyone is happy. The sun is shining and springtime in London is happening. Okay. Hello, my old friend. And the cafe at the peninsula is looking busy. 2 weeks ago, there was no one in that place.
Yes, hi. Can you go to James Street, please?
James Street, yeah, up in Oxford Street, yeah, no problem, yeah.
Okay, leave on left Peninsula Hotel, do a U-turn, get out onto Hyde Park Corner. Now remember I said Duke Street was closed on the north side of Oxford Street earlier? Well, I won't be going down Grosvenor Square to get there, so I'm hanging on to Park Lane all the way up to Marble Arch, and it'll be a left and right Cumberland Gate, right Marble Arch and forward Oxford Street, and I will set them down on the left for James Street. Normally I would cut through Grosvenor Square, do a left onto Duke Street, but as I can't go north onto Duke Street, I'm just going to set them on the left here. As you will see, Oxford Street will be perfect, and it's just a 1 minute walk to where they need to get to. Here we go, job number 6, the Peninsula Hotel to James Street. From there, I trod a path that I trod earlier in the day, forward east onto Oxford Street, then a right onto Bond Street, and then I did a right onto Brook Street, headed down there. Oh, and job number 7 was waiting for me. Hi there.
Going to the Cadogan Gardens.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, leave on left Brook Street, go forward Brook Street, forward west, comply Grosvenor Square. Same as before we did this, left North Audley Street, right onto Mount Street. Mount Street throws me out onto Park Lane, left onto Park Lane, traffic still very light this time of day. Head down south towards Hyde Park Corner. From Hyde Park Corner I'm going to go all the way around in a clockwise direction towards Grosvenor Crescent. Grosvenor Crescent will take me around southwest around Belgrave Square until I get to Chesham Place, past the Spanish Embassy on the left, German Embassy on the right, forward Pont Street. Pont Street's going to take me up to the newly refurbished, as I said earlier, Sloane Street, left onto Sloane Street, right into Cadogan Gardens, and I'll sit down on the left there. Thanks again. Great. Okay, that was job number 7, and I think it's time for a break. Right, while I get a sandwich, let me just see if Dave's around. Well, I know he's always around. Dave! Dave! Are you there?
Yeah, I'm always here.
Have we got any VT for today?
Yeah, I've got the wibbly wobbly bridge.
The wobbly bridge. Okay, I'll get something to eat. You get the VT running. Show these guys all about the wobbly bridge, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Run VT, Dave.
Have you ever driven across Albert Bridge and noticed this sign behind me? All troops must break step when marching across the bridge. Well, what does it mean, and why do they have to do that? We first need to go back to the 19th century, to a place called Broughton in England, where there existed a small suspension bridge. On a misty April morning, a brigade of soldiers started to march across the bridge after some training they had done in a local farmer's field. They were marching in lockstep. As the major was nearing the far side of the bridge, there was reportedly heard to be a huge iron crack. In an instant, the bridge collapsed, and the soldiers were thrown into the river below. 2 weeks later, the head of the British Army sent out a memo informing every battalion in the UK that they must break step when crossing a bridge. But why? Why did they have to break step, and why did the suspension bridge in Broughton collapse under their feet? It was to do with something called frequency. Now, I have a frequency. This beautiful cabman's shelter has a frequency. Even my taxi has a frequency. Structures like bridges and buildings, although they seem solid and immovable, have a natural frequency, a vibration within them.
Okay, so here's the sciencey bit. A force that's applied to an object at the same frequency as that object's natural frequency will amplify its vibration in a phenomenon known as mechanical resonance.
What is mechanical resonance and where have we seen it at work?
You may well have heard of stories of opera singers with powerful voices shattering wine glasses. Well, it's not so much the power of their voices that's shattering those wine glasses, it's their voices matching the frequency of the wine glass. Let me show you.
Okay folks, here we go. Not bad, eh? Pavarotti, eat your heart out.
So, in conclusion, if soldiers were to march across Albert Bridge in unison, in lockstep, they could possibly apply a force that matches the natural frequency of the bridge, causing vibrations to be amplified, and then the bridge could possibly oscillate and crash into the River Thames.
I'm back with goodies from Sainsbury's. What do you think of the VT, the wobbly bridge, the Albert Wobbly Bridge? Interesting, huh?
From Sloane Avenue, where I was taking my break, I dived up onto the Brompton Road and then Exhibition Road to Museum Land. Surely there must be something happening there during half term. Well, let's go and see.
Just outside the Natural History Museum exit entrance on the left here, Exhibition Road. It's half term, the schools are off. And where do families and kids come to on half term in London? Well, the museums. Number one, because they're free and they're really interesting. Oh, hello.
Looking to get to the Design Museum in Bayswater, Kensington.
On Kensington High Street, the Design Museum.
Yes,
there.
please.
Yep, no problem. Yep.
Okay, you'll have to forgive me on this one. I forgot to turn the camera on. Sorry about that. Going up Exhibition Road around Albert Gore. But you'll join me now on Kensington High Street, which is where the Design Museum is. Heading west all the time down Kensington High Street. Not the biggest job in the world, but they all count, as I say. The Design Museum hasn't always been installed on Kensington High Street. Before here, it was located in an old banana warehouse on Shad Thames. But it's a much better location for people to get to now. So you turn here, sit down on left.
Thanks again. Ooh, job number 8. The Exhibition Road to the Design Museum on Kensington High Street. I didn't capture all of that because the camera didn't come on until halfway through the journey. Sorry about that. Let's go for job number 9.
Okay, you crazy cats, the next job will be Guess the Fare. I made my way east on Kensington High Street towards the Royal Gardens Hotel, and then this happened.
I'm pretty sure I've got one here. Oh, hi there.
Back to Claridge's.
Claridge's, yeah. Okay.
Now, this is one of those either-or jobs. Do I jump up onto Bayswater Road or do I keep going on Kensington Road? Well, I decided to jump up onto the Bayswater Road left to Kensington Church Street, as you can see here, partly because the Piccadilly underpass is closed and there's queuing up to Hyde Park Corner. So, like I said, either or, it's right in the middle of Park Lane. I need to get to Upper Brook to Claridge's. So left Kensington Church Street, right Notting Hill Gate here, and then head east on the Bayswater Road towards Lancaster Gate. Go past Bayswater Road Station on the left there, heading towards Lancaster Gate Station here. Hit the lights. Going to wait for those to turn green and then straight through. Going past the Fuller's Pub on the left, the Swan, which is absolutely adorable. If you get the chance, dive in there. Past Lancaster Gate, back onto the Bayswater Road. We've done this run already today. And we're heading east all the time towards Marble Arch. I'm jumping in the bus lane, of course. Comply Marble Arch, do a right onto Park Lane. Left into Upper Brook Street here. Forward Grosvenor Square, and at the end we can't go any further because there's crane work, so I had to drop them off on the left in Grosvenor Square.
Thanks very much, guys. That was Kensington High Street to Claridge's. And that was Guess the Fare. Tariff is Tariff 2 today. The flagpole starts at £3.80, then increases by increments of 20 pence, £3.80, £4, £4.20, £4.40. I'll let you know the result at the start of the next episode.
From Grosvenor Square, I took a left onto North Audley Street, then Mount Street, and then I was out onto Park Lane, where I was to trap my smallest job of the day.
Okay, got one here, Park Lane. Hi.
I want to
go to the on the light, the Amphitheum Hotel.
Athenaeum Hotel, yeah.
A little tiddler, leave on left Park Lane. Forward and South Park Lane. Left comply roundabout, leave by Hamilton Place. Left on to Piccadilly, set down on left.
Have a great day. Okay, that was the smallest of smallest jobs. Park Lane to the Athenaeum Hotel. A big £6.
From there, I meandered up Piccadilly and around St James's and ended up back out on Piccadilly heading towards the peninsula. And well, as it was empty, I thought I'd just rank up outside there again.
Hi, sir.
How are you? Can I go to Selfridges, please?
Yeah, of course, yeah, no problem.
We'll start this one with a U-turn and then head towards Hyde Park Corner. Comply Hyde Park Corner, leave by Park Lane. Not forgetting the crane incursion on the north side of Duke Street. Okay, heading north all the time towards Marble Arch, left and right Cumberland Gate when we get to the top. And then we'll go forward onto Oxford Street. This customer decides to jump out a bit early at the lights here, but that's not a problem. We are flexible as taxi drivers. Forward over onto Oxford Street, then I'll set down at the light. From there, I just decided to head east on Oxford Street and see what I could pick up on one of the British Isles' premier shopping thoroughfares. Anyway, it wasn't long before I got past John Lewis and I was flagged down by a family. And this is how job number 11 went.
Hi there. Hi.
To 190 the Strand, please.
190?
Yeah.
Yep, no worries.
Okay, leave on left Oxford Street. Remember, taxis are entitled to drive down Oxford Street, and that means that we just go in a straight line and head for the Kingsway. If you are in training to be a London taxi driver from here, do not get tempted to go south down Regent Street and through Trafalgar Square in order to get to the Strand. It's a complete waste of time. What we have to do as London cabbies is exploit our unfair advantage, or fair advantage as many would say. So, New Oxford Street here, we've passed Shaftesbury Avenue on the right, the umbrella shop, and keep heading towards Southampton Row, where we will take a right turn. Right turn here, heading south now. Southampton Row then seamlessly morphs into the Kingsway. The Kingsway is fairly empty today. Going to get down to the bottom to the Old Witch, left onto the Old Witch, forward crossover to the Strand and set down on the left at the top of Arundel Street, because that building is 190 the Strand. There we go.
Great. Thanks very much. Thank you. Job. Oh, hello.
To London Bridge, please.
London Bridge, yeah, no worries, yeah. Okay. One out, one in.
Leave on left Arundel Street, head south, left Temple Place. Wait at the lights, turn green, left Victoria Embankment. Now heading east, jump up onto the Victoria Embankment slip. Wait at the lights to go green. Bit of a wait, they're always a bit slow here. Forward Queen Victoria Street. Queen Victoria Street is taking us into the city now, but it's a Saturday and everywhere in the city of London is quiet. Bear right Cannon Street. Cannon Street is drawing us down towards London Bridge and the Monument. So forward Cannon Street through the lights, forward bear right King William Street, forward London Bridge, the Shard on the left looking magnificent, left station approach, and we'll set down on the left.
Thanks very much. There we go. 2 back-to-back jobs. That was Oxford Street to 190 Strand, and then 190 Strand to London Bridge Station. And those were, if my reckoning is correct, jobs number 12 and 13. I don't know what's going on around London Bridge Station today, but they're obviously expecting some sort of aggro or protest.
From London Bridge I headed south of the river, then over the river down the Strand towards Trafalgar Square, and I didn't get a bite at all. All the way around Trafalgar Square up onto Piccadilly and then Hyde Park Corner, and guess where I'm heading back to? Yep, my one and only true friend around Belgrave Square, the Peninsula Hotel.
And here I am again, all the way back from London Bridge. Not a bite. So I'm ranking up where I started about an hour ago. Okay, I've been called in. I am doing my first job from inside the Peninsula Hotel today.
Always a lovely drive in for this hotel past the vintage Rolls Royce. We're going to Oxford Circus for this run. Okay, leave by right Grosvenor Crescent, comply Hyde Park Corner. I'll leave Hyde Park Corner by Piccadilly. Head east on Piccadilly looking for a left turn further up Piccadilly onto Half Moon Street. Traffic is fairly busy at the moment. Took me a bit of a while to get that left turn, and then I'll do left Curzon Street, right Queen Street, right Charles II Street, left Lansdowne Place, comply Berkeley Square. Berkeley Square all the way round to the east exit onto Bruton Street. Bruton Street will then morph into Conduit Street. Traffic wasn't great up here, I must admit, so it was a bit stop-start. And I realised why, because when I got out onto Regent Street, it was absolutely hammered. Now it's just a case of inching my way up Regent Street, all the while heading towards Oxford Circus. As you can see, plenty of people about today. As we get near Oxford Circus, they opt to jump out, and I set down on left.
Thank you very much. Great, thank you. Okay, the Peninsula Hotel to Oxford Circus. Traffic wasn't good around Conduit Street and Regent Street.
From there, I headed over Oxford Circus, and then I went into Cavendish Square on the north side of Oxford Street. Wigmore Street took me down to Marks and Spencer's, did a left there, past Marks and Spencer's, over onto North Audley Street until I got to Grosvenor Square. And I thought to myself, hey, I haven't ranked up at the Grosvenor House Hotel for a while, so let's go over there and see what the rank situation is like. It was pretty good. There was just one cab on the rank, so I thought, that's for me. And well, you never know, I might get something heading west.
Grosvenor House Hotel. Now, if anyone's catching a flight to Heathrow Airport tonight, a flight that leaves around about 9 or 10, which many do, maybe they might want to take a black cab from this hotel. Or, back to reality, will it be, hello brother, take me Harrod? Hello sir. Hi.
You know, next in Oxford?
Yep, I know where next is on Oxford Street. Sorry guys, this is not a very exciting run to end on. So from the rear entrance of the Grosvenor House Hotel on left Park Street, we head north up towards Oxford Street. We get a right turn here onto Oxford Street. And then things might get a little bit boring for you. If you're still watching now, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Your support of this channel really helps. And if you hit that thumbs up button, then even more people come to watch this channel. So heading east all the time towards Oxford Circus, John Lewis on the left here, and just keep going in a straight line. Next is towards the Tottenham Court Road end of Oxford Street. We'll get there pretty soon, folks. I promise we will. Oh, here we are. Sit down on the left.
Okay, that's your lot. 15 jobs today. Sorry, the last job was a little bit boring. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps this channel. Hit the thumbs up button. Leave any comments down below, especially your Guess the Fare guesses. Until next time, see you back here.